Good evening, everyone. Hi, my name is Lavina Srikanan. We are here today to interview Mr. Silas about the classroom-based assessment and school-based assessment, which he's been accustomed to in his real classroom. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Silas, our interview today. Hello, Mr. Silas. How are you? Please introduce yourself, sir.
Good evening, everyone. It's okay, I'm fine. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is Silas, and I'm an English teacher at secondary school. I've been teaching for several years now, and I'm happy to share my experience with all of
That's great, sir. Thank you so much for joining our interview session tonight. So, as I said earlier tonight, our group will be asking for a few questions about classroom-based assessment and school-based assessment.
Sure, that sounds good. Go ahead.
All right. To begin, sir, could you briefly explain what is classroom-based assessment means?
Of course, classroom-based assessment is the form assessment carried out by teacher during the normal teaching and learning process in the classroom. It focuses on assessing student understanding, skills, and progress through various activities such as project, presentation, quiz, and observation. Unlike traditional exams, CBA emphasizes continuous assessment and provides feedback to help students improve their learning. It encourages active participation, critical thinking, and self-reflection, making learning more meaningful and personal.
I see. Then, how would you describe the main differences between classroom-based assessment and school-based assessment?
That's a good question. The main difference between classroom-based assessment and school-based assessment lie in the timing and implementation. The purpose of CBA focuses on learning and improvement. It used to monitor student progress and provide feedback during assessment. SBA is mainly for evaluation, reporting. It measures student achievement at the end of the learning period. Second is the timing. CBA happens continuously throughout the school year as part of classroom activity. SBA is usually conducted periodically or at the end of topic, terms, or academic year. The responsibility also be varied. For CBA is managed by the subject teacher in the classroom based on daily lesson, while SBA is coordinated at the school level and may both moderation to ensure consistency and fairness. The last but not least, focus for CBA emphasizes formative assessment helping students learn better. SBA emphasizes summative assessment, determining that students have learned well. Short. CBA supports learning while SBA evaluates learning.
That's a very clear explanation, sir. Thank you. The next presenter, Miss Alba, will follow up with her questions to you, sir.
Okay. Hello, sir. I'm Elva. I will ask you some question. Sir, in your experience, which method do you find more effective, CBA or SBA?
Hmm, that's a very interesting. Honestly, I think both have their strengths. But if I really had to choose, I'd say CBA tends to more effective when it comes to improving student learning. You see, CBA gives students ongoing feedback throughout the learning process. It's not just about giving credit, it's about helping them understand what they did well and what they need to work on. For example, if a student struggles with essay writing, I can guide them right away and they can improve before the next class. That's the beauty of continuous assessment. Meanwhile, SBA still playing a big role. It's more structured and formal, usually done at the end of topic or semester. So it's helped measure students' overall understanding of what they have learned. So in my opinion, the best approach is actually to combine both. CBA helps in learning, but SBA ensure fair evaluation, both synthesis together. They balance each other.
That makes sense. How do your students usually respond when you apply CBA in your English classes?
Most of them respond quite positive, actually. They like it because it feels more relaxed and fair. For example, during speaking activity or group project, they get the chance to express their ideas freely instead of memorizing. Some students who are usually quiet during exams suddenly become very when doing role play or discussion, and that's really how they correct. But of course, not everyone attends media. Some students, especially those who are used to traditional exams, need time to adjust. They sometimes ask, "Sir, is this count? Or how many marks is this?" Laugh because they're still thinking exam terms over time. Though they start to appreciate it when they realize that every small effort counts. Overall, I say CBA helps them enjoy learning. It builds their confidence and encourages them to take ownership of their progress.
Okay, I can imagine that. Thank you for sharing, sir.
Hello, sir. I'm Jack Speller, and I have two questions for you, sir. In your opinion, how do classroom-based assessment and school-based assessment influence student academic performance, sir?
That's a great question. From my experience, I believe classroom-based assessment makes students perform better. One of the main reasons is that it gives them more variety in how they can show what they learn. Not everyone is good at writing exams. Some are better at speaking, some at presenting, and some at creative work. So when we use different methods like group discussions, project, class activities, it gives every student a fair chance to shine. CBA helps reduce exam pressure. Students don't have to rely on just one big test to prove their understanding. Instead, they're evaluated continuously, so even if they don't do well once, they still have other opportunities. It's especially helpful for slower learners because they can progress at their own pace. But of course, there's another side. Some students tend to take CBA a bit light, especially when they know it doesn't scare as much weight as school based. That's why teacher needs to remind them that CBA is equally important because it reflects their learning attitude and consistency, not just their essence.
Okay, that's an interesting point, sir. And then, do you think students are more motivated under this CBA system, sir?
Yes, definitely. I've seen the most students become more motivated when the activities are meaningful and connected to their interest. For example, if I were learning about storytelling, I might ask them to create their own short story or act out a scene. That's really enjoyed kind of task because it feels more real and engaging compared to just writing essays or answering questions. CBA gives them a sense of ownership. They feel that learning isn't just a grade, but a developing skill they can actually use. However, for CBA to work well, teachers have to guide them. Continuous feedback is key, and students see that the effort is noticed and appreciated. They tend to put in more effort the next time.
Thank you for sharing that, sir. Next, I will pass to Dashini to continue with the question.
Thank you, Jack. Hello, sir. My name is Darshiani, and I'll be asking the next few questions. So, from your experience, what are some of the challenges you usually face when implementing classroom based assessments, sir?
That's a very good question. Honestly, one of the biggest challenges is time management. Teachers have to handle everything at once. Planning lessons, conducting classroom activities, observing student progress, and then recording results. It becomes even more challenging when you have a big class because you need to pay attention to every student individually. Another challenge is maintaining fairness, since students perform differently depending on task or situation. It's not always easy to make sure every assessment feels fair and consistent. Some students might do very well in presentation but struggle in writing, while others are the opposite. So teachers have to balance this difference carefully to ensure the mark truly reflect each student.
Very true, sir. So, what kind of improvements or support do you think that could help make CBA more effective in schools?
I think there are several things that could be done. First, more training workshop for teachers would be great, not just on the theory of CBA, but on how to apply it effectively in the classroom. Sometimes teachers understand the concept but struggle to put it into practice consistently. Second, having clear standard rubrics will make assessment more fair and transparent. When all teachers follow similar guidelines, it reduces confusion for both teacher and student. And then I think digital tools can really make a difference. If we can record and track student progress digitally, it saves time and helps you see its student development. Okay. Finally, support from school administrators and even parents is very important. When everyone, not just the teacher, understands the purpose of CBA, students take it more seriously.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insights from what you have shared. And we learned that CBA promotes continuous learning and focuses on student development, while SBA is still important for formal evaluation. So, on behalf of my group, we would like to sincerely thank you, sir, for taking the time to share your thoughts and experience with us. And this interview has really opened our eyes to the true purpose of assessment, and it's not just about giving marks or grades, but it's about helping students to grow, learn, and reach their full potential. So your explanation has also reminded us that as future educators, we must view assessment as an ongoing process, so that guides and motivates our students rather than discouraging them. So we truly appreciate your time and your encouragement. Thank you once again, sir, for your valuable contribution and inspiring words.
You're welcome. I'm very glad that I could help, and I wish all of you the best of studies and your future teaching.
Thank you, sir, for the interview.
Thank you, sir, for participating.
Thank you.